Next week on Coronation Street, Nick and Leanne's relationship hits breaking point due to the Institute. Elsewhere, Ken is rushed to hospital following a nasty accident at home, and Summer returns with a new boyfriend. 15 huge Coronation Street spoilers for next week. Get ready for a whirlwind of emotions as Coronation Street spoilers for June 10th to 14 promise to deliver 15 huge shocks and surprises. From relationship woes to health scares and unexpected returns, next week on the Cobbles is set to keep viewers on the edge of their seats. Don't miss out on all the action. Subscribe to our channel now for the latest updates and be the first to know what's in store for your favorite characters on Coronation Street. Nick decides that he's had enough of Rowan and the Institute, so he threatens to end things with Leanne unless she cuts all ties with them. Here's a full collection of 15 big moments coming up. 1. Nick threatens to end things with Leanne, the baby girl she lost. Toya tells Nick that Rowan must have been the one who reported her to the police with false allegations. When Leanne finds out what's going on, she admits that she told Rowan about Toya's history.
2. Nick and Toya hide a secret. Leanne returns home to talk things through with Nick following their latest bitter argument. Nick questions Leanne on the nature of her relationship with Rowan, but she's annoyed by what he's insinuating and insists that she'd never be unfaithful. Nick and Toya then privately speak about a guilty secret they're both now sharing, as they agree that a recent kiss between them was a big mistake. 3. Leanne progresses in the Institute. Rowan takes Leanne off for a ride on his motorbike, promising that he has a big surprise for her. Leanne is pleased when they arrive at a hotel restaurant, where Rowan puts her on a video call with Willow, the CEO of the Institute. Rowan is so impressed by Leanne's commitment to the group that he promises she'll soon be able to recruit new members herself. 4. Toya receives shocking news. Toya is due to appear in court to face the music amid her defamation dispute with the Institute. However, her day takes an unexpected turn when she receives a call to let her know that Leanne has been in a motorbike accident. Toya rushes to AE and speaks to a nurse about the call she received. What will the hospital tell her? 5. Toya receives news about her baby. Toya receives unexpected news from the police, stirring up a whirlwind of emotions. Years after the heartbreaking revelation of burying her stillborn baby in a park, she's contacted by authorities informing her that her baby can finally be released for burial. Overwhelmed by the sudden development, Toya grapples with a flood of memories and emotions from the past. The weight of this momentous decision leaves her both relieved and deeply moved as she contemplates how to honor her lost child's memory. The news hits Toya like a tidal wave, bringing closure to a painful chapter of her life. As she processes the reality of finally being able to lay her baby to rest, Toya finds herself navigating a complex array of feelings, from sorrow and grief to a sense of peace and resolution. This unexpected turn of events not only marks the end of a long-standing ordeal, but also offers Toya a glimmer of hope for healing and moving forward with her life. 6. Debbie plays peacemaker. Dee Dee steps in with some sage advice for George and Glenda, suggesting a more amicable approach to resolve their disagreement over the funeral business ownership. Recognizing the potential financial strain of legal battles, she proposes bringing in a mediator to facilitate a constructive discussion. Debbie steps up to the plate, offering her services as the mediator, and orchestrates a firm but fair conversation between the two parties at the Rovers. With tensions running high, Debbie moderates the discussion with a steady hand, guiding George and Glenda towards finding common ground and reaching a mutually beneficial solution without resorting to costly legal fees. 7. Glenda and Michael's relationship develops. Glenda and Michael are on cloud 9 after spending the night together. Michael heads out to get on with his day, but it's not long before he returns to Glenda and they share a passionate kiss. Later in the week, Glenda infuriates George by revealing that rival firm Rest Easy is keen to buy Shuttleworths, which could solve their problems. This sparks another row between the siblings, but Michael weighs in. After announcing his new relationship with Glenda, Michael suggests that George should show her more respect. Glenda is delighted over Michael's protective behavior and she assures him that she feels the same way about him. 8. Ken suffers a nasty fall. At Stu's birthday drinks, Bobby notices that Ken seems to be unsteady on his feet. Ken announces that he isn't feeling well and returns home. Bobby decides to check up on Ken at number 1. When there's no response to his knocking, He peers through the letterbox and spots Ken lying at the bottom of the stairs. Bobby calls an ambulance and Ken is rushed to hospital. Later, when Bobby returns home to collect his things, will Carla stick to her guns about how he has to go? 9. Ken recovers in hospital. Daniel and Steve rush to Ken's side at the hospital, where he's recuperating from his fall, only to be met with disappointment as Ken receives news of needing round-the-clock care upon his return home. Despite Steve and Daniel's heartfelt promises of the family's unwavering support, Ken's reaction hints at his reluctance to accept help from them. The weight of this realization hangs heavy in the air as Ken grapples with the notion of relying on his loved ones for constant care, highlighting his struggle with maintaining independence in the face of adversity. As Steve and Daniel reassure Ken of their commitment to his well-being, Ken's hesitance paints a poignant picture of his inner turmoil. Despite their genuine intentions, Ken's lack of enthusiasm towards the prospect of being cared for by his family hints at a deeper emotional struggle. This bittersweet moment underscores the complexities of familial relationships and the delicate balance between autonomy and dependence, leaving Steve and Daniel grappling with the challenge of bridging the gap between Ken's desires and their heartfelt offers of support. As the conversation unfolds, it becomes evident that Ken's apprehension stems from a desire to maintain a sense of dignity and self-sufficiency. Even in the face of adversity, Steve and Daniel's reassurances may provide comfort, but Ken's reluctance serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of preserving one's sense of agency and independence, even in times of vulnerability. This tender exchange sheds light on the intricacies of caregiving dynamics within families, prompting reflection on the delicate balance between offering support and respecting individual autonomy. 10. Swain pays another visit to Carla. DS Swain makes her way to the factory once again to speak with Carla, seeking to finalize arrangements for her daughter's work experience. Grateful for Carla's generous offer to mentor her daughter at Underworld, DS Swain politely inquires about setting a date for the training to commence. Carla's willingness to provide this opportunity reflects her commitment to supporting the community and fostering talent within the younger generation, showcasing her kindness and generosity beyond the confines of the factory walls. As Carla and DS Swain discuss the logistics of her daughter's work experience, a sense of camaraderie and mutual respect permeates the conversation. Carla's eagerness to help nurture the next generation of workers demonstrates her dedication to empowering others and investing in their future success. This heartwarming exchange serves as a testament to the power of community, collaboration, and the transformative impact of extending a helping hand to those in need. 11. Paul receives news from his MND nurse. Paul's latest appointment with his MND nurse takes a somber turn as they discuss the implications of his worsening condition. Accompanied by Billy for support, Paul receives the disheartening news that his deteriorating neck muscles will eventually render him unable to use his stair lift at the flat. This revelation prompts a sobering realization about Paul's future living arrangements, as he grapples with the challenges of adapting to his changing physical abilities. With the prospect of losing access to his stair lift looming over him, Paul faces the daunting task of considering alternative living options that can accommodate his needs as his condition progresses. This unexpected hurdle underscores the harsh realities of living with a progressive illness like MND, highlighting the importance of support networks and planning ahead to ensure individuals, like Paul, can maintain their independence and quality of life to the best of their abilities. 12. Summer returns with a new boyfriend. Paul receives a visit from a specialist who talks him through his new eye gaze equipment. This will allow Paul to use his eyes to control a computer and communication device. Summer returns from her trip to the US and announces that she has a new boyfriend called Felix, who's waiting to meet Paul and Billy at the Rovers. Just as they're about to leave, Paul suffers a nasty fall down the stairs at the flat. Later, Paul takes some time to recover at home and Todd turns up just as Summer arrives with Felix. How will Felix's first meeting with Summer's family go? Show bosses have cast former The Tower and Doctors actor Robin Morrissey in the role of Felix. 13. Abby calls on Max for help. Abby refuses to give up on her search for the online troll who keeps resharing the deep-fake pictures which use her image. Needing a computer expert to help trace the troll's IP address, Abby realizes that Max could be the best person to help. 14. Cassie suffers another setback. Cassie remains in the bad books of Kevin, Abby and Tyrone, which means that she's not welcome at the garage. She searches for another job and asks Steve about some shifts on the switch at streetcars. Steve turns her down, warning Cassie that she has a bad reputation. 15. Abby receives good and bad news. Abby receives encouraging news when the Weatherfield Gazette announces the cancellation of the celebratory documentary on Corrie's prison football team. This decision comes in the wake of Abby's heartfelt interview and public outcry against the documentary. Meanwhile, Max delivers the disappointing update to Kevin and Abby that they are unable to identify the individual responsible for uploading the deep-fake videos. Despite this setback, Abby declares that she is no longer concerned about the identity of her tormentor. That wraps up our journey through the 15 massive Coronation Street spoilers for the upcoming week. From heart-wrenching dilemmas to unexpected twists, it's clear that our favorite characters are in for quite the roller coaster ride. Don't forget to tune in to Coronation Street to catch all the drama unfold firsthand. And if you want to stay updated on the latest gossip and spoilers, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more exclusive content. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care and stay tuned for more exciting updates from the Cobbles.